Hi, I'm Gabriel and this is Learning English Path. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you 5 commonly misspelled words. And actually, I've got a bonus one for you right here. So actually, I'm teaching you 6 commonly misspelled words because a lot of people, not just English learners, by the way, this is also for native English speakers. A lot of people misspell the word misspell or misspelled because they often spell it with just an S, with one S, because it looks a little bit strange maybe to have 2 S's there, but that's how you spell it because you have the MIS for the prefix there, right? And then you have the S for the verb part of the word spell, right? For the main part of the verb. So before I get to the other commonly misspelled words, I do want to highly recommend that you join the English Speaking Club. That's a club where you are in a private WhatsApp group with me and the other English learners from all around the world to improve your English speaking every single day. And you also get 4 1-hour live lessons every month. Usually it's once a week, but you definitely get 4 every month. And you get extra resources. And if you get the 1-year membership, you even get a free course along with it. Think about all of the improvements that you could make with that, all right? I would correct your language. I would help you with your pronunciation, with your fluency. You get to actually become more confident speaking about many different topics. Every day is a new topic. And improving your grammar. There's so much that you could learn if you join that, and you get all of it for less than $1 a day. The value compared with other English training schools and English lessons is phenomenal. You get a 1-month membership for just $29. And if you want to get a whole year membership, you save yourself $100 there by getting a whole year. You just pay $248 for the year. So if you want to get that. Link is in the description. Let's move on to these words. Number 1, fiery. Right? Fiery. So this is the adjective that describes. It could describe an actual, it could describe something that is actually on fire, right? So if you have a house and the house has a fire on it and it's burning, then you could say that it's a fiery house right now. But more often than that, you can talk about people and their characters as a fiery kind of person, right? If someone gets very passionate about something, then they are a fiery person. And the reason that people misspell this a lot is because the word fire, right? If you take away the letter Y here, or if you just talk about the noun is F-I-R-E, right? So people usually will just add on the Y thinking that, well, that's fiery. But no, fiery, you have to actually change the spelling here for it to make sense, to be spelled correctly. So it's F-I-E-R-Y. This is a tricky one. A lot of people don't know that. All right, number 2, colleague. So this is often confused with the spelling for college. Some people forget that there's a U here and forget that there's an A here. And even if they remember all the letters in it, they even will sometimes confuse the A and the E here. So it can be a tricky one because there's a lot to remember, right? You've got to remember the two L's and then the E, A, followed by the G, U, E, the suffix. So let me just spell that again for you. C-O-L-L-E-A-G-U-E, colleague. And the next one is changeable. Changeable. Now, a lot of people will cut the E. But the rule is with that, you keep the final E because you do that whenever the word ends in the letters CE or GE, right? So this is GE. You keep the final A if the suffix, keep the final E if the suffix begins with A or O, right? So it goes for the word changeable. And let's say another word like advantageous. You have the word advantage, which ends in GE, and then the suffix is OUS for advantageous. In that case, you also keep the E, right? Because it ends in GE and begins in an O. So if this part ends in either CE or GE, and the suffix begins in either A or O, then you keep the E, all right? That's the rule there. So, not an easy one to remember by any means, but that's changeable. This is a funny one, playwright. And it's interesting because you would think that it would be spelled play and then write, because the definition is talking about someone who writes plays, right? Someone who writes the scripts for plays as their job. They are a playwright. And so you would think, well, to write is W-R-I-T-E. So it must just be playwright. But that's not how it works. It goes back to really old English. And so it's P-L-A-Y-W-R-I-G-H-T. This is the spelling, playwright. And then finally today, I will do another video on this, by the way. Hopefully next week. The last one here is restaurant. And I've seen so many variations of this word as far as the spelling goes. I've seen without a U at all. Then I've seen just a single U in the middle with no A in the middle. I've seen just an A in the middle followed by an AU after the R. And then I've seen the U and the A here switched around. And it's just tricky to remember the whole thing. Even for native speakers, a lot of them get it wrong. Unless you work in a restaurant and that you see that word every day, right? So restaurant is R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T. Restaurant. All right, if you don't want to join the English speaking club just yet, you don't forget that you can get my free guide to 101 songs to learn English. That link is in the description as well. It's a 125-page guide to all the best songs that you can learn English with, including grammar, vocabulary, idioms, and more. And Finally, please do subscribe to this channel. We have more than 1,000 subscribers on this channel now. So thank you very much for being part of that. And if you want to share it, please do. If you want to share this channel with others you think would find it useful, then that would be excellent. All right, my friend, have a great day. Keep learning and keep going.